So there's a song I really want to bring attention to, and some of you probably already have heard this song, but I'm bringing this song to attention because this song is really relevant nowadays. It's really helpful for understanding the world that especially us men face. And that song is called High School Never Ends. This is by Bowling for Soup. So yeah, if you recognize it, then I'm not surprised because that song was popular, but not sure if you noticed, but the actual meaning of the song is that what you go on that what goes on in high school seems to like spill over into the real world. So what do I mean by this? Well, in the song it talks about things such as like how like how in high school you have this hierarchy where you have popular kids, yeah, and you also have the not so popular kids, like the kids that are ostracized and all that. But in the real world, like you have high status and you have low status. You have rich, famous, and ordinary, and you have rich and poor. You have famous, not famous, and even lots of followers and not a lot of followers. And it really just shows you this connection and how nothing really changes. I mean, we're told by like self help gurus that like this is not the real world. Well, school is not the real world. Well, actually, it is the real world if you think about it. It's a connection, and it says and there's like lyrics such as like nothing changes but the names, the face, and the trends. Well, that means that like people just go whatever is popular. People will like there's new people who are popular that are popping up nowadays, and I have a personal experience regarding this song. I mean, I've mentioned this before, but I do go to like conventions and stuff, and I just noticed how this all plays out in the convention scene. Just especially here in the so-called Golden State of California, because we have a culture where you have to quote unquote surround yourself with winners. Winners, if you think about it, winners actually means rich and famous. That's what winners means, and that's what's going on nowadays. You're in the convention scene. People would rather hang out with people who have lots of followers or who are actually rich and famous. They would rather hang out with those famous voice actors who voiced a popular anime character. They would rather wait in a 5 hour long line just to have 5 minutes to talk to a famous actor than just make friends, even though conventions on paper are supposed to be about making friends. They're supposed to be a gathering of people. That's what the definition of convention is, according to the dictionary. But nowadays it's just a networking site. You just see how like Bowling for Soup was on point with that song, and I'm just bringing this one back up because like I don't think everyone knows about this song. This song was in the mid 2000s. I was alive back then, but I understand that not everyone watched this video was probably alive back then or was conscious back then. But oh, there's another part of the Bowling for Soup song that also makes sense, and that is it's just how like people like to gossip and all that. They just like to talk about who is in a relationship, who has money, doesn't have money. And last but not least, Bowling for Soup also gave examples of celebrities who had some status in high school. They give examples such as like they said Jack Black was a class clown. Oh, Reese Witherspoon was a prom queen. Well, that showed to me that they had some status. They had some social status in high school. It just goes to show that like just it's just another thing that just shows the connection between high school and the real world, contrary to what these so-called self-help gurus want you to believe. Contrary to what those oh, high school's not the real world people. Like if anyone who believes high school is the real world, then you're lying to yourself. And funny enough, the same people are saying the internet's not the real world. Well, the internet's the real world, unfortunately. Gotta wake up. But yeah, Bowling for Soup warned us back then, and I got their message, and hopefully you guys got their message, because if you haven't, then I suggest you listen to the song and decipher the lyrics because they're telling us something that many people that stick to coping don't seem to want to tell you or admit. And that concludes this video, and thanks for listening.